wanted to do an update on what has been happening in the BB house before tonight's Sunday episode. This is actually, you know what, I don't want to jinx it, but it's turning out to be an interesting week. Who would have thought? I have been really intrigued with what's going on, and yeah. So let's get started. Apparently 4 people tried to self-evict last week. I think Ian said this. And I mean, we knew about Tyler. I think Ian was feeling really bad. I think Danny was another one. So they're even not feeling this season. So the cast has apparently been spoken to about the whole Ian thing, about them, you know, bullying him and saying mean things about him. Since all those articles came out, and people are definitely not happy about it, me included. So I'm happy that they did this because, one, I don't have to hear it anymore. Even if this is what they believe and whatever, none of us want to hear it. It's annoying. 2, this obviously benefits Ian because now people don't want to touch him. They're kind of scared to go near that situation. I think Danny was mentioning that she's scared that they're going to air the things that they've been saying on TV, that this is going to be a segment that they're airing. So Nicole, of course, scared about her sponsors. I think she's already been dropped by Olay and CVS, which, you know, those are big ones. But I don't know, she should be concerned about her friendship with Ian too. He's gonna watch this after, you know. I feel bad for Ian because I know that this is not what he wants people to be talking about. He didn't like it after BB14, and he just doesn't want attention drawn to that. But he needs to realize, you know, people care about him, and they don't want these people benefiting and getting positive attention while they're making fun of him for no reason. I was really scared for Ian this week. I was thinking that he's probably gonna be a nom or a replacement nom, but I don't think Danny wants to put him up. She mentioned that she will not put Ian or Davon up. Of course, there is still a chance that it could happen. So I guess we'll see. David used his power, and I mean, yeah, Danny tried to put Kevin and David on the block. David used his power, and Memphis was apparently acting very aggressive towards him, trying to get him to admit to it. Memphis is going to be in for a rude awakening when he gets out because things were different in BB10. Now you have to be careful with social media and everything. You will be canceled so quick. Yeah, glad David used the power on himself. Imagine if he didn't. I can't imagine that he wouldn't. Even if he thought he wasn't the target, it's best to use your power if you're on the block. Always, you never know. He tried to play it off, which I don't think is the best move. I think honesty is the best policy with something like this because you just come off looking sketchy when you lie. David did eventually tell Day and Kevin, but I think at that point it's just like the damage is done. Even though there were people, I think Kevin was speculating about somebody else having the power and using it on David, but I mean, obviously it was David. Tyler was nominated, and Danny was saying that she doesn't want to target him yet, it's too early, she doesn't want him out, blah blah blah. But yeah, crazy stuff. You know, we've heard obviously all this talk of Tyler, Danny, Nom, and you know, this battle, but you know, it's just, I'll believe it when I see it, and now we see it. Tyler's on the block. There was a bit of a freak out with Christmas because she was like, Kevin knew he was going on the block, and there's a rule, like, the nominees can't know they're going on the block. Imagine if somehow they tell Christmas that she's gonna be like a pawn, she's gonna be put up as a replacement nominee, and she uses her power, and there you go, they flushed out 2 powers this week. Which I don't think is gonna happen, but I guess anything is possible. There was speculation that it would be a hide-and-seek veto, but due to protocols, they can't do it. Nicole was saying, which is interesting because I always wondered how this worked. For the hide-and-seek veto, you go in, hide, and production takes what you hid while the other people are hiding theirs and then puts it back in after when everybody's gonna go search for these vetoes. I didn't know that's how it worked, but they can't do that. I think it was something that they held in the basement. So it was indoors, it wasn't an outdoor one. Which is funny, yesterday there actually was another wall yeller. Is this season gonna be the record for wall yellers? Veto players were the nominees: Tyler and Kevin, HOH, Danny, as well as Day and Ian, and Nicole hosted. It was some type of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type of comp. I don't know, I guess we'll see. But yeah, Davon actually won. She won her first competition, which I'm really happy for her. That is great. That is an outcome I would not have bet on for this week. So I'm glad she's proving people wrong that she can win a comp. And this is obviously an interesting play because will she take Kevin off the block? And then what happens? Like, Danny will have to name so many people that would make 4 people that she would have to name to be nominees. So yeah, she has a really teeny veto, and this veto ceremony should be interesting, doing it with a little baby veto. So yeah, let me know what you think of what is going on in the BB house, and what do you hope happens? Apparently, Tyler said if he gets voted out this week, which is a good possibility right now, he will not stay in the jury house, that he will leave. So, yeah.